How I Met Your Mother is an American sitcom, created by Craig Thomas and Carter Bays for CBS. The series, which aired from September 19, 2005 to March 31, 2014, follows the main character, Ted Mosby, and his group of friends in New York City's Manhattan. As a framing device, Ted, in 2030, recounts to his son, Luke, and daughter, Penny, the events from September 2005 to May 2013 that led him to meet their mother. How I Met Your Mother is a joint production by Bays and Thomas Productions and 20th Century Fox Television and syndicated by 20th Television. The series was loosely inspired by Thomas and Bays' friendship when they both lived in New York. The vast majority of episodes were directed by Pamela Fryman, who directed 196 episodes out of 208. The other directors were Rob Greenberg, Michael Shea, and Neil Patrick Harris. Known for its unique structure, humor, and incorporation of dramatic elements, How I Met Your Mother was popular throughout its run. It initially received positive reviews upon release, but reception became more mixed as the seasons went on. The show was nominated for 91 awards and received 21. In 2010, Alyson Hannigan won the People's Choice Award for Favorite TV Comedy Actress. In 2012, 7 years after its premiere, the series won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Network TV Comedy, and Neil Patrick Harris won the award for Favorite TV Comedy Actor twice. Cast and characters. Main. Hilary Duff as Sophie, a hopelessly romantic photographer who is looking for her soulmate. Though believing in true love, she is unaware of her biological father due to her mother having slept with random men. Chris Lowell as Jesse, an aspiring musician who works as an Uber driver and music teacher, who has become an internet meme after being left by his ex-girlfriend Meredith after a failed marriage proposal. He lives with Sid in Ted, Marshall, and Lily's old apartment. Franja Raisa as Valentina, an impulsive assistant stylist who is also Sophie's best friend and roommate and Charlie's love interest. Sarai Sharma as Sid, Jesse's best friend and roommate who owns a bar. He is introduced as engaged to his long-distance girlfriend Hannah. Tom Ainsley as Charlie, a British aristocrat who abandons his inheritance to follow his love interest Valentina to New York after meeting her at London Fashion Week. He later moves in with Ellen and the two become roommates, before being hired by Sid as a bartender. Tien Tran as Ellen, Jesse's adoptive sister who moves to New York City to find romance after her divorce from her wife. She owns a produce farm. Kim Cattrall as future Sophie, who in the year 2050 tells her son the story of how she met his father. Recurring. Ashley Reyes as Hannah, Sid's longtime girlfriend whom he gets engaged to in the pilot. She works as a surgeon in Los Angeles, and later elopes with Sid in the season 1 finale after learning that her fellowship has been extended. Leighton Meester as Meredith, Jesse's ex-girlfriend who publicly rejected his marriage proposal. Josh Peck as Drew, the vice principal at the school where Jesse teaches music lessons and Sophie's boyfriend for most of season 1. In addition, Stoney Blyden CO stars as Jasper, a bartender at Sid's bar. Special guest stars. Michael Barbaro as himself. Paget Brewster as Lori, Sophie's mother, a notorious party girl who had Sophie when she was young. Dan Bucatinsky as Fred, Valentina's boss. Kyle MacLachlan as the captain. Kobe Smulders as Robin Skarbotsky, a news reporter whom Sophie encounters. Notable guest stars. Daniel Augustin as Ian, Sophie's Tinder date. He is a marine biologist who moves to Australia in the pilot episode. Laura Bell Bundy as Becky, the captain's third wife who eventually leaves him. Joni Evans as Carl, a bartender at McLaren's. Episodes. Production. Development. Following the production of the 2014 CBS pilot How I Met Your Dad, which did not move forward, on December 14, 2016, it was reported that Isaac Aptaker and Elizabeth Berger were set to write a new version of the previous spin-off's pilot, retitled How I Met Your Father, with Carter Bays and Craig Thomas serving as executive producers. It was later announced that, after signing new contracts with 20th Century Fox Television that would see both Aptaker and Berger being promoted to executive producers and CO showrunners on This Is Us alongside Dan Fogelman, the idea would be put on hold until further notice. On August 8, 2017, Fox chairman Dana Walden told Deadline Hollywood that 20th Television were attempting a spin-off with different writers, for the third time. 3 days following the announcement, Deadline reported that Allison Bennett would write the spin-off, with the same title as the previous attempt with Aptaker and Berger. It was also learned that Bays and Thomas were once again hired as executive producers. This attempt also fell through. On April 21, 2021, the spin-off series titled How I Met Your Father was given a 10-episode series order by Hulu. Aptaker and Berger will serve as creators, writers, and executive producers while Hilary Duff will serve as a producer. 20th Television is involved with producing the series. On June 24, 2021, Pamela Fryman joined the series as an executive producer and to direct the pilot. On February 15, 2022, Hulu renewed the series for a 20-episode second season. Casting. Upon series order announcement, Hilary Duff was cast to star. On June 16, 2021, Chris Lowell joined the cast as the male lead. In August 2021, Francha Reza, Tom Ainsley, Tien Tran, and Sarai Sharma were cast in starring roles while Brandon Michael Hall was cast in a recurring role. However, a few weeks later, Hall exited the role due to a scheduling conflict and Daniel Augustin was cast to replace Hall. The next day, Josh Peck and Ashley Reyes joined the cast in recurring roles. On November 5, 2021, Kim Cattrall was cast in a recurring role as the future version of Duff's character Sophie. Upon the series premiere, it was reported that Leighton Meester is set to recur. On February 3, 2022, it was announced that Paget Brewster was cast to guest star on the episode, The Good Mom, which aired on February 8, 2022. Filming. Principal photography for the series began on August 31, 2021. Release. How I Met Your Father premiered on Hulu on January 18, 2022. Internationally, the show began streaming on Disney and via Star and on Latin America on Star and on March 9, 2022. Reception. Audience viewership. According to Parrot Analytics, which looks at consumer engagement in consumer research, streaming, downloads, and on social media, How I Met Your Father was the fifth most in-demand new show, during the week of March 12, 2022 to March 18, 2022. According to Wikimedia, How I Met Your Father was the fifth most watched original series across all platforms in the United States, during the week of January 23, 2022, as well during the week of January 30, 2022, the 8th during the week of February 13, 2022, the 4th during the week of March 13, 2022, and the 3rd during the week of March 20, 2022. Critical reception. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reported a 38% approval rating with an average rating of 0.5, based on 45 critic reviews. The website's critics' consensus reads, How I Met Your Father takes great pains to update its predecessor's formula for a modern audience, but this stilted retread only amounts to a painful slog. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned a score of 49 out of 100 based on 19 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews.